Hey everyone, so this is Fable the Lost Chapter, and this runs extremely well as well. I would almost rather, so the good thing about Fable Lost Chapter is, right now it's playing at 720p, and the settings are actually maxed out right now. So this is the absolute max the settings can get to. And again, I'm in mouse mode again, because setting up the controls requires that a mouse be connected. So I mean, you could connect a mouse, a Bluetooth mouse or whatever. I'm just finding it a little bit easier just to play in mouse mode. You can totally do it. Basically, what you have to do is you have to be in mouse mode, switch over to controller mode. If you're going to do that in mid-game, I really recommend using a tool like Anti-Micro to remap the X input keys to keyboard keys. This way you could switch to the mouse, choose a function that you want to map, and then switch over to X input. The game, when you switch over to X input within the games, a lot of times, if it's not a new modern game, it won't even detect the controller. But Anti-Micro, which is running in the background, will. So if you, it'll all of your key mappings will work. So you have to just basically go through it one by one. So it can be done. It's just a little tedious. And right now for these tests that I'm doing, I don't really want to be spending a tremendous amount of time. So again, what you're seeing like a 30 FPS where this game is running, again it's 720p and all of the settings are maxed out right now. So if we go here, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it. Video options. So anti-aliasing is off, but you can see all the slider stuff in terms of detail is all the way maxed out. Vertical sync is on. Effects detail. Well, let's go ahead and max that out. And I'll apply. Okay, so we'll get out of there. And we're still right around the same frame rate, so at 30 frame rate. 30 FPS. So let's go ahead and talk to this person. See what they got to say. She gonna go run after him? She running after him? Yeah, let's go follow her. We'll see what the frame rate. So more or less, actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and lower it and see what we can get it up to by maxing it out. Let's go into video options, and we'll go to as low as we can, which is 640 by 480 at 16-bit, 60 hertz, and we'll lower this all the way, lower that all the way, lower this. Well, brightness is fine. Effects, and we'll turn off vertical sync as well. Click apply and see what happens. Okay, and we're now at 110 FPS, which is super high. Oh, now we're at 50 FPS. Things are noticeably smoother. 80 FPS, 100 FPS. So if you really wanted to, I mean, you can totally play this game at 640 by 480, and it's quite playable. You can probably also increase some of the effects, because I don't think you're going to lose that much in frame rate. But yeah, this is totally playable. And frame rate only drops a little bit, again, at 30 frames when everyone's around here. Fable the Lost Chapter doesn't really get super busy. For the original Xbox, because of the 64 megabyte video RAM limit, areas were pretty contained. They were very, very densely populated, but people weren't. There wasn't a whole bunch of people going on. Generally speaking, when you get into encounters, there's like 5 or 6. It's never really more. They always spawn a specific amount for performance reasons. But yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, and just to have best performance possible, you can definitely run this game at this, low resolution. But yeah, so I mean, like this is more or less like where I want to be playing with my GPD win. I want to try out Fable Anniversary. I'll let you guys know how that works out as well. But I want to try to tackle my Steam backlog with this device and play some indies and stuff. But that's it. This is Fable Lost Chapters. If you've never played Fable before, I totally recommend you do play it. Part 1 is my favorite. 2 and 3 are okay, but they seem to kind of fall away or fork off of what made the first one really, really good. The lore of the first one is a bit better. It just has a better story feeling to it, and because of that 64 megabyte limit, restricting them to how far they could take the game was actually a benefit to me. From my point of view, it's just instead of having big open spaces that were kind of bland and not a lot of things going on, having tiny spaces that were very finely detailed and having a lot of stuff going on is definitely a thing that I prefer. Also, the combat is really good, so I definitely recommend picking this game up. You can definitely find it cheap. The Halloween sale is coming up tomorrow. But that's it. Thank you so much for watching.